A time that I've had to live fearless has to be, and given the environment or the career I've chosen, there are numerous times where I've had to look fear in the eye and overcome it. But there's one moment that will really stick in my mind, and that was from sailing solo non-stop against the prevailing winds and currents. So there's a reason only 5 people have done it, and I had a moment of that experience, and it was in the Southern Ocean. And the waves have been so violent with such strong winds that the wind instruments that talk to your autopilot that drives so you can sleep flew off the top of the rig. So ultimately I had to go up the rig, and I'm kind of scared of heights. It's Southern Ocean, it was cold, I had lots of layers on, and I get halfway up the rig, and the mechanism you use is like climbing mechanism, and you're going up a line and it froze, it jammed. So I'm halfway up the rig, I haven't got to the top to do the job I need to do, I can't get myself down, and I'm the only person on the boat. And your immediately reaction is to look down and look at somebody to say, can you help? But, I should have known by then I was halfway around the world, there was no one else with me. My instant thought was to burst into tears, because that is exactly how I felt at that moment. A few tears ran down my cheek, and I thought, actually, that's not going to help me at all. I am the only person that can get myself out of this trouble. So actually crying, I didn't have any time for that. And it took me 90 minutes of trying to hold myself on a bit of the mainsail while I tried to disconnect what was actually holding me up the rig. So if that had all gone wrong, I would have just fallen, say 15 metres. That's a single story building. The relief I felt when I got down to the deck was I completely burst into tears. But the thought of having to go back, because I still had the job to do, so I still had to pick a chance to go back up there and do the job, and my confidence had gone completely. The sense of euphoria when I did get to the top of the rig, successfully change the wind wand so that I had all my instruments working again, and get back down, I felt invincible. And when you're out there and you're a solo sailor, there's nobody to bounce ideas off or pick you up when you're feeling down, and I had to find that strength from within. And that's probably the hardest thing I've had to do, is kind of, you fall off the horse, you have to get back on and go again. I've subsequently been in other sailing races where equally the environment's quite hostile, but the confidence I gain of, everyone's still all right, so we're fine, we'll get out of this, or, well, it's not as bad as last time. And, the air of confidence you can instill on others from going through experiences like that is quite confidence building for those around you as well. So I pride myself on the fact that I can now handle most things thrown at me, and I don't get fazed, and generally I can help others develop in that direction as well. That's my Live Fearless story. Now, Bodyform want to hear about your Live Fearless stories.